what's up, Chicken Peckers? It's Vinny for power-twang.com. Just remember, if you like this type of lesson, I've got plenty more free videos here at my website. Just follow the link below down here in the description box. Go check that out. But anyway, today's lesson is based around the live version of the Keith Urban song You Won. I got a live DVD from that Keith Urban put out a few years ago, and the band and him kind of do this for a couple of minutes before they actually go into the song. I just thought this was kind of a cool lick or riff, so to say, and you know, if we were to add a little bit more distortion on this, it would really, to me, sound very much like a 80s hair band kind of heavy metal riff almost. But I like it, so I just thought, again, would do a video on it for you. So the two main chords that we're working around today is going to be the F and the G. And that's pretty much what the band is doing. They're just kind of doing these little stabs between the two chords. And Keith is doing this little riff here. So basically, he's just pretty much following those two chords. But really what he's doing here is he's got his second finger here is going to be anchored either at the 3rd fret or the 5th fret. And the rest of the riff, I mean, with the left hand, it's pretty much the same, both, you know, whether you're doing it for the F or if you're doing it for the G. You're just, it's exact same pattern, you're just moving it up or down 2 frets. And anyway, if we just take and break it down to the simplest denominator, which is like the whole note version here. I mean, that's really all the pattern is. But he's adding in a little bit more with the right hand to kind of give it a little more of a choppy sound. And so basically what you're going to do here is you're going to start with the F note. And actually when he does that, the first time for each one of these, so that's the pattern right there. Da, da, da. So then as he does this little pattern on the G string, that's really what he's doing to kind of add more texture to it, is he's actually hitting that F note in between. And the walk down there is, well, it starts out dun, so it's actually 2nd fret on the G string, 5th fret on the G string, 3rd fret, and then back to the 2nd fret. And again, really all he's doing is rocking. If you look at my right hand, is he's like hitting the this F note, the 3rd fret on the 4th string in between. With the exception of these last 2 notes, he doesn't hit that. He's not hitting that F. But in between, on the other ones, you know, and you could just kind of do that, keep it simplified, and just kind of work on that itself. Just so you get kind of used to this rocking motion with your right hand. So really all you're doing there is you're just downstroking with the pick on the 4th string and picking with the middle finger on the 3rd string. And then it's the exact same pattern when we move up. The first G's of that little lick is dun dun dun. And I usually slide in. I try to slide in on those that first note. Dun, dun, dun. And then it's pretty much the same thing, the same pattern. again, we're just hitting that. At this point, we're really just hitting the. It's the same pattern on the left hand. That's just up 2 frets. But we're just hitting this this G note in between. And really, you could. I'm actually using hybrid picking here, where I want to say probably, if you watch that video, he's probably actually doing the flat pick the whole time, which I think gives it maybe even a little more of that heavy metal rock flavor. And then he actually goes into where he's just ringing out in the chord, the F chord, instead of doing the pattern. So he does. And then he goes back into the G riff. And again, he's just ringing out the your typical F chord here. And just hitting those 3 notes, so it's the 3rd fret of the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and 1st fret of the 2nd string. So then he does that a couple of times, but then, I mean, they do this for a good couple of minutes before they actually break into the song. But again, I just always kind of like that little lick, and I definitely tend to think I use a little bit more palm muting on this one. Kind of gives it more of a staccato sound, so just kind of like experiment with it and see how much palm muting you want to add. It sounds different than if we were just to let all the notes ring out. It's just a lot different if you just add that. Just add a little bit of palm muting there. And I will say too, the other option too that you have is you can, whether or not you're playing it down here in the F position or up here in the G position, you could actually pull off the 2nd fret. If you're doing it down here, the 2nd fret on the G string, or up here. You hear how that you get that extra note in there sometimes. And again, you can actually maybe just mix it up a little bit, kind of go back and forth. But anyway, again, this is just a cool little riff I thought I'd share with you. So again, you can go check out my website for more free videos. And thanks for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Thanks.